Well, hello everyone. We're here in the chapel at Good Shepherd, and we wanted to talk to the confirmation class about some issues related to our time together beginning in the fall. And with me tonight is Mrs. Laurie Bathurst, who is going to be working with me in managing and doing the confirmation class. So, Laurie, you want to just introduce yourself?
Certainly. So, as many of you know, I'm Mrs. Laurie Bathurst, and I've been a member at Good Shepherd for many years, officially since 1999. And many of you know my children, Paige, who's 19, and Ethan and Adam, who are 17 just this week. And I'm happy to say that I'm a middle school teacher. I teach social studies in Washington Township, and I've actually taught some of the students who attend Good Shepherd on the weekends, so that's always a lot of fun. And this is my third confirmation journey that I've been involved with at Good Shepherd, because I've been a confirmation mentor in the past, and I also was able to help support the confirmation classes that Paige and Ethan and Adam were involved with. So I'm really thrilled to be a part of this journey and to work with Father Dave and to get to know all of you better.
Great. I like the way Mrs. Bathurst referred to it as a journey, because that's exactly what it is. So the good news is we have 10 students who have signed up for confirmation ministry this year. Tomorrow I'm going to put into the mail a letter with some detailed information about the program as it's going to unfold throughout the fall, and also a check from me to each one of you for $25. Now, this is a part of what we're calling our Stewardship Project, which is an important part of our total confirmation program. And the idea is that you will take that $25, invest it, and come up with a project, a special project, that you will be able to use the money that we provide, increase that money, and all the funds that we raise through the various stewardship projects that the 10 of you will be participating in will be donated to the Episcopal Community Services of New Jersey, which is a new organization of our diocese, and they're doing social ministry, encouraging social ministry throughout our diocese. So that's what the money will be used for. But the project itself is based on one of the parables of Jesus. It's called the Parable of the Talents, and you may have heard of it. It's found in Matthew chapter 25, and it's also in Luke chapter 19. And in the story, there's a wealthy man who goes on a long journey. And before he goes, he divides his property among 3 of his servants. And one of the servants gets 5 talents, the other servant gets 2 talents, and the third servant gets 1 talent. Now, it's important to know that a talent was a tremendously large amount of money back in the first century when Jesus told the story. And it's been estimated that it was about the equivalent of what a laborer could earn in 20 years of labor. So even the 1 talent servant got a lot of money. And the master expected each of the servants to take that money that he had entrusted to them and make it grow. Okay, so when he returned many years later, he said to the 5 talent servant, "Okay, what did you do?" Well, he said, "Master, I took your 5 talents and I invested it and I earned 5 more talents." And the master said, "Well done, good and faithful servant." And then he said to the 2 talent servant, "What did you do?" And he said, "Well, I took your 2 talents and I invested it and I gained 2 more talents." And he said the same thing, "Well done, good and faithful servant." And then he said to the 1 talent servant, "What did you do with the 1 talent that I gave you?" And remember, this was an enormous amount of money. And he said, "Well, I was afraid that if I did something with it, I might lose it, so I buried it in the ground. And here it is. There's your 1 talent." And you know what the master said? He said, "You wicked and lazy servant. You took what I gave you and you hid it in the ground. That was awful. That was poor stewardship." So what we're doing is we're trying to replicate that parable, and we're giving you some money, which was the equivalent. It's not a talent, but it's the equivalent of what the master in the parable gave to his servants. And we're saying, take this money, invest it with a special project, and we will expect a return on investment. So Mrs. Bathurst is going to share with you some ideas, some creative ideas of ways that you can take your money and invest it in a project. And please remember, if you have any questions about this, or you have an idea that you want to run by us, just get in touch with us and we'll be happy to help you. So, what are some ways that
Absolutely.
Kids could
So this project really reminds me of how we use our time and our talents and our treasure to help support our church, to grow in numbers and to grow in love and sharing our blessings with the world. And so this was a great project when we did it last time when Father Dave was with us. And we had the kids get involved in all kinds of different things. Some kids who like to do a little bit of physical labor, they got lawn supplies, like leaf bags and things that are $20 or they're $25. And they signed up families from the church and from their own life who wanted to get some yard work done. And they charged a fee for the yard work. And they were able to multiply the $25 by doing yard work. And that was a great time of the year because it's the fall. So there's all these leaves falling and different kind of projects people wanted to get done that didn't get a chance to do during the summer. We had some people who are crafty who actually made things. Like they bought wood and magnets, and they made handcrafted magnets, and they sold them to church members or to family members. Some of you might be interested in like beadwork and jewelry. You could get some beads with your $25 and some wire, and you could make some jewelry for friends and family. Some of you are into cooking, and you might try something like making some homemade breads or some homemade cakes, maybe making some soup in a crock pot this fall. And you could sell the canisters or containers of the soup or the chili that you make, kind of a little preview to the Holly Fair. And there's other things too, like maybe you have a skill, like you like taking pictures. Maybe you could get some picture frames at the dollar store and some printing paper, and you could do slots at church this fall. You could say, hey, does any family want to come specially dressed up to church this Sunday? I'll take your picture, I'll print it out and put it in a frame. Maybe you charge $5 for the photo session with the frame. And you look to see how you get the $25 to economically buy some supplies and offer service. So there's all kinds of ways to do this. You can do a service for people and charge a fee, but use the $25 to pay for the materials you need for the service, or make something and then sell it, whatever your skill set is. And if you're just not sure and you need ideas and help and guidance, we're here to support you. And the students who were in the confirmation class who did this particular kind of project last will be happy to give some experience and share with you. So we're really fascinated to see what people do and to watch this project take off and really fly. So let us know what you need, and we're here to support you.
That's great. So I was telling Mrs. Bathurst, one of the students that I was in one of my previous confirmation classes used the money to buy materials to make soap, and then sold the bars of soap to members of the parish. So it was a great way. So the thing is, almost anything is possible. Use your creativity, use your gifts and talents that God has given you, come up with a project. The only thing that's not acceptable is to dig a hole and put your $25 in the hole. So, okay?
And just one more thing, I remember you said that you've had students sometimes who work together on a project.
Correct. Oh, thank you.
So that's something that Father Dave shared. Like, he's had some confirmation classes he's worked with in the past where maybe, say, 3 kids got together and they said, hey, let's spend our $60 on getting some meatballs, some pasta, some spaghetti. We can make some takeout containers that families can pick up on a Saturday night. Maybe we're going to pool our resources together, and a couple of us are going to do a project together. That's really great for some of you who might be close because you've grown up together in our Good Shepherd family, and some of you happen to actually be siblings. So that might be really great for some of you who are siblings for you to decide to do a project together. So this is something that you can do in individual or in groups.
That's right.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thanks
Certainly.
for reminding that. So that's all we have to share with you tonight. Again, remember, you'll be getting a letter from me in the mail sometime in the next couple of days with your check for $25. There's also going to be a sheet of paper which outlines pretty much the entire program that we're going to be implementing beginning on Sunday, September 19th. So we're looking forward to it. We really are very excited about it. We're so happy that you're going to be a part of the program and part of the journey that we're going to take together. So thank you, and God bless you. We'll see you in September.
Take care.
Bye-bye.